ladies and gentlemen, and welcome back to SLR Tier 1. This week we are in Germany. It's the 10th round of the championship, as far as I can recall.
And the second German round.
And the second German round, indeed. Yeah, the first car is making the move. It's coming out of the pits. It's a McLaren from Tipsy Bob.
It is Senior that.
Vance. Okay.
Yeah, I'm guessing people won't actually qualify on softs, even though most people have them selected right now.
Yeah, but
That's just a terrible idea.
yeah, those people are still in the pits. So I'm expecting that to change.
Well, Hugo has gone out on soft tires, as has Timo, which is a big Funko-file, but you know.
On my screen, Timo is on mediums. And wait, where is Hugo? Hugo is on mediums as well. Oh wait, I have best selected. Oh yeah, this is fitted. Okay. Interesting how that makes a difference. Okay, now it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah, well, there appears to be a number of people on soft tires, which is kind of strange.
Yeah, interesting, because this race is a medium to hard strategy, I think.
Yeah, it's the best strategy. I mean, you can do soft to hard, but it's a lot more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
So a few people starting laps now.
Yeah, Benz was the first one.
Yeah, 16.1 per sector, which is not great, not terrible for hards, I suppose.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'm surprised more people aren't starting off with the hards, because it's basically one shot with mediums, so you're better off to build yourself up to the hards, to the mediums with a couple of laps on the hards. At least in my opinion.
Yeah, so far Benz is the only one on hards.
Yeah, it's a bit strange. So I was about to finish this lap. 13.5. That's that's a decent hard lap.
Yeah.
That's an opener at least. You can definitely go a bit faster than that on them. Well, Slash might be one to watch. He was pretty fast in practice. Hugo sets a 111.1. That's decent.
Slash puts in a 12.2.
That's a pretty decent medium time.
Good medium time, actually.
Yep.
I see we have Mac Jackley racing as well today.
Yep.
Have we seen him on track before?
He used to race in 2S. He raced last season, I think, before he decided that having children is a better idea than playing F1 game, which is obviously wrong. I mean, that's small brain right there.
Well, it depends. If you're talking about F1 2019,
I suppose.
then I don't know.
But I mean, why have children when you can just play video games? Easy.
True. But you can also have children and then learn them to play those video games. Then you can play together.
Yeah, but that just sounds like playing video games with extra steps.
I mean, it is extra steps. That's exactly what it is.
Yeah, so why would he do it?
Because it's fun.
Speedy sets a 111.7. Goes immediately to 10th back and 6th.
Molio says hello in the chat. Welcome.
Hello, Joel.
Oh yeah, that's Joel, right?
Yep.
So Gerst about to start his lap. Seems he has dropped his 2SRL tag. I'm disappointed.
It's kind of small PP, man. But you know, it'd be like that sometimes. I guess he just doesn't want to share in the glory of the 2SRL EGL title, which we won last week in Extreme Rivals 8.
Last week it was
yeah,
Friday?
my perception of time is messed up since my work hours got reduced.
Yeah, wasn't it Friday?
Yeah, it was Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday.
Yeah, it was Friday. Yeah, it was Friday.
Oh.
I'm just kind of dominated, to be honest. Clapped everyone by 100 points in
yeah,
competition.
just a little bit.
Kind of interesting that a lot of people are doing laps on soft tires. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah, Milos did an invalidated 11.7. It would have put him on P5, I think.
Yeah, P5 or P6, which would be a decent effort from him. Julian sets a 111.0. That lap was decently quick.
Nicholas is on a lap. Currently going through the Mercedes-Benz curve, I think it's called.
I think so.
He hasn't set a time yet, it's his first flying lap.
That was Timo getting well out of the way for him.
I don't know if it was bugged, but it showed he was fastest in Sector 2 for me.
Nick is a decently quick driver, so it's possible.
Yeah, he's a fast boy.
Yeah.
Goes a
That
little
might
bit
be
wide
an invalidation
there.
right there, though.
It wasn't.
Probably not. It's a 111.5, decent time. Joel, if you want better results, go faster.
I mean, it's that easy. Just,
oh, bro.
I mean, it's that easy. Just press the throttle further down. Oh, Timo forgot to load the setup. I'll just read it now.
Joel, considering my luck in 2SRO Tier 2, I'm not the person to ask.
Yeah, me neither.
Mind you, in my humble opinion, my lack of points is not my own fault. It's all the Baobao's faults. But let's not get into that. Hugo goes a bit faster. Pips Julian to provisional pole. Good lap.
11.012. Might we see a 10.9 today?
I think it's possible. Speedy's on soft tires though, and getting a fat slipstream from Hugo, so I think he could do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, everyone's gone to softs. That's it's a bit strange.
It's interesting, yeah.
Yeah. I wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah,
I mean,
maybe everyone is going for a two-stop then. I think at least Speedy is going to go for two-stop, being on the pad.
Yeah. Well, if everyone's doing it, why not?
Joel saying that he can beat Jesse, Milos and Timo's time.
Yeah, but can he do that in qualifying in the race? Time trial is It's nice to be quick in time
I mean,
trial, but it doesn't matter
he
in
means
races.
the time that they've done now.
Well, yeah, I
And
suppose.
Timo has done a 23.6. And Milos and Jesse haven't set a time yet, so actually there is no time to beat. So joke's on you.
Hmm. Axaman.
Meanwhile, Speedy has done a 10.7 even.
Yeah, that's
Even faster than we hoped for.
slightly redonkulous, but okay.
Redonkulous.
Yes, that is a word.
Interesting word.
Yes.
Right, some idiot has improved
Oh,
on his
Popo's
time.
dead.
Oh, that's turn 1? Maybe?
I think he just retired.
No, I think start finished, right? He was on start finish.
Hmm. Mr.
Oh, Mac
McJagley has
Jagley.
retired as well.
Yeah, he died into turn 1.
Oof. Mr. Britnotto has retired as well.
Hmm. See, we are following Julian at the moment. Going through the Saxon curve, eh? See if he can improve on his time. He's P3 at the moment. Oh, and he goes
That's not
very
an improved
wide.
time.
Oh no.
Oh, ich bin Anna.
Yeah.
Yeah, I can see how he would have lost time there.
Yeah. Yeah, that's annoying. Right, let's see. Danico is on a lap, but he's low on ERS, so I don't think that's gonna be a good lap.
Yeah, probably not. Timo has set a lap of 112.3, which is definitely not his fastest, but he did forget to load his setup, so
Yeah,
you know it do be like that.
not much to be done about that.
Mm.
Now Jesse's about to set a lap. It's a 12.2. It should be 15.
Yeah, just about pipped Timo. Doesn't really look like there's that much happening right now. Except Milos doing the Hulkenberg cosplay,
And then the
going
Hamilton
off at the ice
cosplay.
ring. Yeah.
Then the Hamilton cosplay straight after.
Epic.
Are we in trouble, guys?
Flushed.
Dipsy Bob says he ran out of ERS in Sector 3. Well, yeah.
Big brain.
Well, to be fair, there's 4.5 minutes left, so there would have been
He did
time
retire
to
though.
improve. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, but
Well,
that's kind of what I mean. There's 4.5
yeah.
minutes left. There would have been time for him to improve still.
See, what's going on there is Tipsy has done the big brain cosplay. And intentionally run out of ERS, so he'll start outside the top 10 and get good tire choice. It's definitely what happened.
Yeah.
It's starting to drizzle.
Is it?
There's a couple of drops, yeah.
Yeah, it looks like it.
Yeah.
Speedy is still on the lap.
So is that why everyone is on softs? Might we have a wet race?
Yeah, it is set to dynamic.
Yeah.
So we might have a wet race.
Yeah.
And I think that's our answer.
Yep, Tipsy says wet race in chat. Thanks, Tippers.
Yes, thank you. Okay. So I am not expecting any more improvements. Intermediate just starts to lap,
Yeah.
and it's going to be quite tough with the rain that's coming down.
Well, it might be an interesting time to just get a bit of experience of what the damp conditions are like. Because maybe it'll dry up at the end or something. It's
Maybe
always
it
good
will.
to have more laps under your belt as well.
Yeah, because and Tipsy had only 2 sets of softs.
I see you went with harder tire allocation, Tipsy.
Interesting. So, some idiot comes around the final corner. 11.4.
Yeah.
Does not
Considering
improve.
the conditions, pretty good lap. Tipsy, have a bit of faith in yourself, man. You can do it. Oh,
I mean,
right.
there are more.
Julian is having fun.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, that's interesting.
And Copy spinned as well.
Oh,
And
yeah.
he's now retired. Yeah, I think
Um,
everyone's about to retire at this point.
some idiot
Not really possible
still
to improve
cruising.
with the conditions as they are.
Yeah, Ingenio and Jesse are both still out on an out lap, but Jesse spins. Ingenio goes into the pits, and Jesse still goes for a new lap.
Yep. Not really sure if there's a point in that, and
yeah.
yeah,
Okay.
that's what happens there.
Okay. Then he died as well.
Epic.
No, not epic. No death.
I suppose, man.
Yeah, Speedy is
So
retired
it's
and
just some idiot left, and I presume he will retire.
yeah. So you have Speedy on pole position, Hugo's on P2.
Yep,
We have
good effort from both, considering they literally only started practicing today.
oh they did.
Hmm,
So we have
as far as we know.
Julian on P3, Copy on P4, and some idiots the other title contender on P5. Some idiots
Yeah.
actually leading the standings.
Yeah. Shout out to Triton, P6, doing a good job.
Yeah, doing well.
Yeah. Nice
Gamer
work
as
from
well
him.
in P7.
Yeah, and Slash having a better time of it than lately
Yeah,
in
it's
P9.
P9. That band's also doing a decent job, P8. Kind of
Yeah.
where you would expect him to be.
Yeah, decent
I
job.
mean, he's a fast driver, but there are just other people there that are just faster, so it's kind of where I would expect him to be.
Yeah.
Like somewhere in the middle of the field. Yeah, it's raining quite heavily.
Yeah. Is it inters or wets? That's
I'm
the
gonna guess
question.
it's wets.
I think maybe inters. I don't know.
Right then.
I'm sorry, Hagrid, you're wrong.
Which
I'm
of the
right.
commentators are gonna have the right answer? Find out next week.
On Yu-Gi-Oh! GX.
Some people are still loading in.
It kind of do be taking a while though. Goddamn. Oh, there we go.
It's Inters, okay.
Oh, dubbies, mate. Dubbies.
Ah,
Get nated.
my god. Although I do have the feeling that some standing water is forming.
Yeah, but F1 game doesn't actually stimulate standing water.
Yeah, that is
So,
true, but if you can see it, then it should be wet, right? Although, a racing line hasn't been formed yet in the rain.
F1
that
game
might
doesn't
be-
simulate that either.
Yeah, but I mean the looks. It looks like it has standing water because a racing line hasn't been formed.
Sure.
Like the visually.
Hmm.
Okay, so the tire strategy isn't very interesting this race. At least as long as the conditions don't change. So we're
Yeah.
gonna take a look at the position change this time.
Yeah, we saw some idiot did the epic Checo cosplay in Britain last time and
Speedy a little bit
didn't,
wide.
yeah, didn't pit. I wonder if he'll do that again. Oh, Julian is gone. Yeah, they're currently on the formation.
Okay.
I guess they're all trying to push to feel
I'm
out the conditions.
yeah, I'm gonna guess that he's testing the limits. He should just slot back in to his rightful position.
Yep, should do.
Yeah, he's already ghosting cruising cars. Alright.
Bit of a trial by fire for Mac Shockley to
Uh,
race in the wet on his return.
he might be struggling a bit.
Yeah.
The rain. We'll see how it pans out in the race. Actually starts. Right. Here we go.
5 lights.
5 lights and away we go. Looks like a good start from Speedy and Hugo. It's a bad start from Julian. Already losing a position.
Yeah.
He's down to P4.
Speedy had the Alfa Romeo 2019 start. That was pretty epic.
Speedy. Julian now on the outside of some idiots. Maybe losing the position there as well. A little bit of contact there looked like it.
Yeah, all relatively okay though, relatively clean.
Triton losing 2 positions on the start, and we have Timo taking 3 positions. Icewind as well, taking 3 positions.
Yeah.
So I'm going side by side
wide
for
at
the
the
chicane.
hairpin, but it works out.
Looking good so far. Nicholas on the inside of Slash. A lot of movement going on there. Slash lost like 2 positions in one corner, I think.
Unlucky.
Milos has lost 4 positions as well so far.
Oh, Icewind going for an overtake there. Through Saxkura, makes it stick. Icewind started well down, but is up 4 positions.
Yeah.
Pretty decent. Speedy with an almost 1 second lead over Hugo.
And already a second. Lost today.
Yep. Julian's on the back could copy, maybe he can make a move and recover that position.
Yeah, he's using a lot of ERS at the moment, so he might make the move.
I think he might be just a little bit too far back, and that copy makes a mistake.
Yeah, he's just too far away.
Yeah, it shows his nose, but like you're not from that distance back, nothing's gonna happen.
Just a little movement back. Ingenio going for an overtake on Icewind. Icewind loses his rear a little bit, but keeps it on track.
Yeah. And Milos has lost out big time.
Yeah, he's 5 positions down from where he started.
Ooh, and Jesse nearly loses it. But Speedy's still hovering at about 1 second. Copy's still being handed by Julian.
Yeah.
It looks like it's getting heavier, the rain. So might yet see full wets.
Yeah. Might. Speedy pulling half a second away from Hugo's in the first sector. Almost half a second.
Job.
Lost 2 tenths already. right.
Triton having a look at that band.
Yeah. Well, he's on the inside.
Yeah, Band's
But
kind of had a look at the apex and said no thank you, so Triton had a look, but not really able to do anything.
kudos to Icewind. He's in P11 at the moment. He's made up 6 positions so far.
Making the moves. Nice job. We'll also the move around the outside of Jesse at the stadium. Nicely done.
A good one.
Yep. And Speedy now with 1.7 seconds over Hugo.
Yeah, he's pulling away.
Yep.
Another fastest lap from Speedy. Makes a big difference. Oh,
Well,
and
flags in
that's
sector 3 and
Milos
Milos
off the track.
around. Yep, no damage, but definitely some time lost.
Yeah. Yeah, he is gonna be 7.5 seconds off the back of Mac Jackley. Mac Jackley is also kind of falling away from Jesse a little bit, 1.5 seconds away. And he is not like that far off.
Yeah, Max doing a good job, all things considered. Iceland closing up to the back of Nick, but Julian is now really close to the back of Copy.
He's looking on the inside.
Yeah, it's showing his nose, but you're never going to overtake there, not unless you have massive PP.
Yeah, and a small brain, I think.
Maybe that too, yeah.
I would not overtake, and he goes for the move
that's a
here.
bit of an opportunistic
Yoinks
dive.
on the inside there. Poppy wasn't expecting it.
Made it work though.
Yeah, Speedy with another fastest lap.
So, you know that kerfuffle Hugo has gotten away from Julian a bit.
Yeah, it definitely cost him some time, so Hugo has found a gap.
Yeah, for sure.
1.6 seconds. Speedy is already 2.1 seconds off Hugo's. He's looking out of his world today. Ooh, light. Icewind. Going on the inside of Nicholas. There's a little bit of wheel banging in there. And now they're going alongside. The next corner. Nicholas around the outside. Oh, there's a lot of contact there. Oh, and Icewind goes very wide there.
Yeah.
But he slots back into his own position. Slash up B now really onto his gearbox.
Yeah. Well held from Icewind, that could have been a lot worse.
Slash up E going a bit wide through the corner there. Ingenio is now on his gearbox as well.
Yeah, close behind.
It's all looking very close here around P11.
Yeah, this is basically the only battle happening right now. So, some idiots and Popo kind of lined up behind Copy, not really able to do anything right now. It's a little bit too far back. I'm gonna guess that some idiot is planning to do the no stop again and is just biding his time.
Yeah, he might be. Although, like you said a few laps back, it looks like the rain is getting worse.
Yeah, so maybe we'll see wets.
Yeah, we might see some wets in a few laps. We will see what happens. Speedy already 3 seconds. That was 2.9. Julian is now caught up a bit. Gap is 8 tenths. Goes a bit wide there.
Yeah, Hugo's struggling a little bit. Yeah, still in P2 for now.
Jesse is the first one to pick up a time penalty.
There were a few that popped up before that.
Oh really? I didn't notice.
Yeah, might actually. Yeah, it was Popo to pick up the first time penalty, and Milos has one as well.
Okay. Popo running in P6, so that's at the moment that will cost him 3 positions. If they were to finish now.
I think 2 positions, but it's early in the race yet, so it's kind of hard to say which way it'll go. Whether or not others will pick up penalties, or whether Popo will still be in there.
Speedy with another fastest lap. Yellow flag in sector 3.
Yeah.
Yeah, Milos has run wide.
Milos did the same thing.
Yeah, it's not looking well for him to.
Speedy now with a 3-second lead, and Icewind, Slash, and Ingenio all picking up penalties.
That's interesting because they're driving right behind each other.
Yep.
So, despite the thing you'll never see. Milos picking up in 3 seconds.
Yeah, I think Milos is just kind of vibing at the back. Julian's gotten a little bit closer to Hugo.
Yeah,
Still not really within striking distance, but it's closer. I think Hugo must have made a mistake because the gap to Speedy has just gone up a lot more all of a sudden, about 4 tenths.
Yeah, the gap is 3.5 seconds now. Oh, it's a movement
tried to make him
between
move on
Triton.
Vance.
Yeah, Vance is in P8. Triton goes very wide there. Vance looks on the inside. Running side by side now. Triton still in front.
Yeah, Vance not really able to do anything with it, and Danny's right behind him as well.
Yeah, Speedy with another fastest lap though. It looks like the track is improving. What is this? France 2019?
Remember it?
Danico at the back of that band. It looked like he was looking at the inside. Too far away, I think. He might go for it now.
Right on the back of Vance.
He is getting closer. Middle's
tired.
Oh, no. Benz hit Triton there, and now Benz lost the position to Danico.
Stinky man. I think he didn't get any major damage, but
no, it doesn't look like they got any damage. But yeah, Benz, he just looked on the inside of Triton there. Didn't really look like he was going for a move. Maybe he just broke a little bit too late. He hit Triton at the back a little bit. Triton had to counter steer as well. But it didn't cost him too much time comparing to Benz. And Benz now going very sideways through the corner there.
Yeah, struggling a lot.
Really, or again with a fastest lap. Improving another 3 tenths.
Yep, nicely done.
Oh, and that is that Benz into the barrier. Spot after turn 1.
Yeah, quite unfortunate. He was doing reasonably well up until the last 2 laps.
damage as well. Yeah. The
Yeah.
right side of his front wing is almost completely gone. Just ran through the DRS board just now.
Yep. Ripperino polystyrene. Yeah, so Medita's right on the back of Copy now. Maybe be looking for a move.
Yeah, there's two battles going on now between some idiot and Copy and between Julian and Hugo's. Speedy is already 5 seconds off of Hugo's. Another fastest lap improving.
Yeah.
3/10
Getting
yet again.
faster and faster.
Yeah, it looks like, although his gap isn't growing by 3/10, maybe 4 even. Oh, and that is that band's off the track.
Yep. And Triton with a time penalty as well.
It's running in P7 at the moment. That's gonna cost him some points at the end of the race.
Yeah, potentially.
Oh, Julian now goes for the
Julian
move on
having a
Hugo's.
look.
He's on the inside of the hairpin. Gets the
Yeah.
move done. Hugo's not able to come back there. Julian now
Yeah,
running in P2.
Tech spoke up the inside. So, with Julian being released, can he chase after Speedy now, or is Speedy just a bit too quick?
And now the question is... Bounce retires
Bounce
from the session.
retires.
Yeah, now the question is, now that Julian is in P2 and he's essentially running in clean air because Speedy is so far off. The question is he going to be able to beat his lap times? And will he be able to catch up to Speedy again? Speedy has not improved on his last lap time.
Yeah,
Julian
but Julian pumps in the
fastest
fastest
lap
lap there, so he has the pace.
Yeah,
So it would seem.
definitely has the pace. So now the question is, how long is it going to take Julian to close up the gap to Speedy?
Yeah.
See, Katsune is happy that her phone can cast to the TV.
Epic.
Welcome to the race.
Yeah.
As I say that, Tipsy Bob picks up a time penalty. That's unfortunate.
That's quite sad. It's kind of settled down a bit. There's not really any battles going on at the minute. Everyone's found their space. Copy's getting closer and closer to the back of Hugo, so maybe that could develop into something.
Yeah, so he is still following Copy. It's pretty close. So he has been for a few laps.
The gap didn't really change on that lap between Speedy and Julian.
No,
about
not really.
the same.
Yeah, about the same pace. Closest battle we have at the moment, I think, is between Jesse and Tipsy. We are coming on the start finish straight, so happening here. Oh, it does look like Tipsy lost some time there. Jesse might. No, he doesn't go for it.
He had a look.
He might do it at the hairpin.
Yeah, he gets a much better run out of there.
Yeah. He's already in front of Tipsy before even making it to the back at the end of the straight.
Yeah, nicely done by Jesse.
For it. Yeah.
Good work. And Icewind on down some Mercedes-Benz does it right this time, doesn't go off.
Yeah, now he is passed. Nicholas now running in P10 then. Icewind runs a little wide there. Touched a little bit of gravel. Runs a little bit of wide for this corner as well. Julian has closed up the gap to Speedy a little bit. Gap's 5.2 seconds, so he's made up about 3/10 this lap.
Yeah, good work by Julian, but it's gonna need to be a bit more than that. If he wants to challenge for the win, that is.
It looks like the improving of the track has stagnated a little bit, so this is about the pace that everyone can do.
Yeah, well, I suppose the tires would be starting to get quite worn at this point.
Yeah, you.
Not necessarily quite worn.
Yeah, not necessarily quite worn, but it's but you're gonna feel
Yeah.
some loss of grip at this stage.
Oh, Bants with the big sad emoji in chat.
Oh,
Ripperino.
oh, bands. F's in the chat.
I think it is time to go fishing, yes.
No,
Julian's that's the fastest lap there.
yeah, 23.9. That's a 2/10 of improvement compared to the previous fastest lap set by Speedy. Gap is now 4.8 seconds, so he has made up quite a bit of time that lap.
Yeah, so Julian pushing on.
Mode Lion. Danny following Triton, but he's too far away for a move, it looks like it.
Yeah, looks like there's a bit of a train starting to form behind Hugo. It's being a bit of a cork in the bottle.
Yeah.
Julian's already checked out by 3.6 seconds to Hugo.
Yeah, so Hugo's losing quite a bit of time compared to Speedy. So, Hugo might actually be running slower than Copy and some idiot potentially could. But
Yeah,
the pace advantage just isn't big enough to actually go for the move, as Copy actually pulls into the pits now.
Copy pitting. Presumably trying to undercut Hugo, getting frustrated about being behind him. It's about the time you would pit anyway.
Yeah, we're about halfway through the race now.
Yeah, Icewind picking up the penalty. That's his second. I think in Speedy's position, seeing that Julian is slowly coming out of him, I would be inclined to pit now just to neutralize any undercut that Julian could get on him.
Yeah, that
Uh,
would be a good idea.
yeah. And Danny has managed to get ahead of Triton. So good work from Danny.
Yeah, Danny has been fast as well the past few weeks. He's running in clean air now. Let's see what he can do. So you might see a gap form between Danny and Triton now. 7/10 at the
Danny
moment.
did have great wet pace last week in Silverstone, but a couple of mistakes meant he couldn't capitalize on it.
Yeah, oh, Copy goes around the outside of Timo there. That's a bold move.
Yeah.
And he actually gets in front.
That's pretty impressive.
I must say, now that's quite an epic move.
Kind of do be.
So he is in P11 right now.
Yeah.
Keeping in mind that he did just make a pit stop, so that's why he's that far back down.
Ison's maybe having a look at Triton here, getting very close to the back of him. Yeah. Has the inside
going
line.
On the inside, lagging going on there. Yeah, Icewind gets in front.
Gets it done.
Yep.
Yeah,
moved on.
nice work from Icewind. Some idiot with a bit of a mistake, runs a bit wide. And Julian pits now. This is gonna
Yes,
under.
that could potentially be the undercut from Julian. But the question is, when are we gonna see Speedy pit for new tires?
Yeah, I would surely think he has to.
Yeah, I think he's gonna do it this lap then. Copy putting in the fastest lap, 23.6, that's a 3/10 improvement I believe. So he is on quite the pace as well.
Yeah, some idiot making a move on Hugo. Deciding it's time.
Yeah, he is passed now. Hugo save DRS at this point.
Yeah. Oh, Matt Jagley has
Jagley,
died.
yeah, he retired into the pits.
Ripperino.
He's in the pit lane. He was quite far off the back though, but still kudos to him racing.
Yeah, bit of a shame.
His car is pulled out back onto the track though. That's interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And it's gonna be parked. Yeah, it's parked just past turn 2, I believe.
Yep.
Yeah, yeah, that's turn 2. Some other people going in now.
Yeah.
Icewind and Triton.
Copy with another
lap.
fast stop.
He's looking good.
Yeah, definitely getting a move on.
Yeah. Okay, so now I will be showing the tires. Because of the pit stops being made. Still running on those 18 lap old tires. So at the moment he has a 10.7 second lead over some idiots. So now he might actually be thinking of the no stop.
I would surely think that's not doable on pad though. That would be
Yeah, I think that as
hugely
well. He was,
impressive.
yeah, they were talking about it just before the race in voice chat, and Speedy said that. Well, actually, Speedy asked some idiot if he was gonna do the no stop again if it was gonna be raining, and some idiot said that he didn't know. Obviously, Speedy said that he would definitely not be able to do it.
Yeah.
But on the other hand, he has pulled quite a gap in the first few laps. So that might make up for his loss of time at the end of the race. So I have a feeling that he will go for it because we are pretty far over the halfway point of the race at this point.
Yeah, we are indeed. So I think some idiot would. And actually maybe all the top 5 might. But, I don't know if Speedy can make it. Being on pad.
Yeah, I'm not quite sure, but I think that is his strategy right now. Still not going
Julian's
in.
having a look at Danny.
He's very close there.
Danny defending, but the new inters are a lot more grippy than the old ones.
Yeah, ooh, definitely.
Ooh. That was a bit of a cheeky look.
Yeah, Julian definitely looking faster.
Danny's placing his car well, so it's not making it easy for Julian.
Yeah, copy on the back of Nicholas as well. Running about as close. Might see a move from Julian onto Danico at the end of the straight. Looks like he gets a good run.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Danico
Tyson with
is...
another penalty.
Yeah, Danico is saving ERS at this point.
Yeah.
First.
And, for the back, Copy gets the move on Nick.
A little bit of contact there, but Danico doesn't take any damage. Got a move between... Yeah, the Copy is past Nicholas as well.
Yeah, so maybe it's starting to close on Speedy, so maybe the tower is starting to come into it a little bit. It's
Yeah,
closed about a second
the gap is
in the
nice.
last couple of laps.
There's 12, well, including this one that Speedy just started, there's 13 laps left in the race. So it's gonna be quite difficult, but we can kind of expect Speedy's pace to fall off a little bit more as well. So it might not be enough, as he has already lost 2/10 in the first sector. That's gonna be quite interesting at the end of the race.
Yeah. It's yeah. It's kind of hard to read whether some idiot will be able to close enough on Speedy to do it. And it's never too late for penalties to affect things. Hugo's sticking with some idiot surprisingly well. I thought he was going to fall off the back from him a bit more than he did. Oh, comes Slash on Ingenio, not quite. Having a look though.
Julian with the
Julian
fastest lap.
Fast.
Yeah, 22.9. That is pretty
Yep.
fast.
That is quite quick.
Yeah, I think the previous fastest lap that we've seen was a 23.4. So that would be a 5/10 improvement.
Something like that, yeah. But Samidit is catching Speedy at a rate of knots now. The gap down to 7.4. So Speedy could potentially be under threat towards the end. Yeah, cut down to 6 seconds and Speedy pits.
Ah, Speedy goes into the pits.
Yeah, deciding he just can't do it. Yeah, he has a puncture on the front left. That's why he was losing so much time. Yeah, he has a puncture. Tried to do it and he couldn't.
That is quite unfortunate. Oh, that's a nice
bump. Have soft, medium tires.
Medium tires?
Medium tires, yeah.
Oh, no.
So, Speedy's race has been royally shafted, perhaps.
Yeah.
It's not raining, but it's still really wet, and I don't know if it's gonna dry up much.
Yeah, and I think the medium tires wasn't the best option. Because they warm up pretty slow.
Yeah, it's hard to read. I wonder if that's why the top few are running so long. Maybe it's about to dry up.
Yeah.
Because it has stopped raining.
Yeah.
And with 15 cars running on track, should dry up.
Yeah, but I think going for the mediums was a pretty bold move.
Well, the
He is
softs
losing a
just
lot of time.
wouldn't. I don't think the softs would make it all the way.
Yeah, that's true. But the mediums are having a lot of trouble with heating up in this weather.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
Nick
can see
goes
the
by
pace
like
difference
it's
between
nothing.
Speedy and Nicholas. It's really big. Speedy is falling off really far at this point.
Yeah,
His gap is
but
22 seconds to the leader.
yeah, I would take the fact that he hasn't come back in and he hasn't retired as an indication that things are about to dry up.
Yeah, you would expect that. At the moment, he's still losing a lot of time.
Yeah, I mean,
But
he's
things
gonna have
might...
to do it with the puncture.
Yeah, he was at a crossroads and he had to make a choice. That was a really tough position because he had to pit because of his puncture. But going for inters would mean that he would have to pit again for slicks. But now going on the mediums, it means that he is losing a lot of time compared to the rest of the
Yeah,
grid.
it's a
So
tough position.
yeah, I'm gonna say that uh, getting that puncture essentially threw away his entire race.
Yeah, quite possibly.
Uh, yeah, because he is now 31 seconds away
So Julian
on the
has
meter.
overtaken Popo for P3.
Okay.
And yeah, Julian's pretty rapid at this point, has to be said. Yeah, Speedy's just getting absolutely swamped at this point.
Yeah.
Yeah. I do say you have to be on the right tire at the right time all the time. I just don't think that's what Speedy's done.
Yeah, Julian already on the back of Hugo's as well.
Yeah,
Looks like he has
Julian's
a lot more traction. He might go
flying.
on the inside here, actually. He does.
It's a brave move.
Gets the
Gets it
move
done.
done.
And now he's gonna chase after the lead.
Uh, yeah, Icewind is also really close behind Nicholas at this point. Yeah, Speedy has fallen off to P14 as Icewind goes around the outside of Nicholas.
Yeah, Nick holds his line though, but Icewind has the
Mm,
momentum on the outside.
yeah, yeah, Icewind does get the move done.
And Danny comes into the pits, so will he take some dry tires? That's the question.
Uh,
He's going
no,
to inters again.
yeah, another set of inters. So he's expecting the track not to dry up enough towards the end of the race.
Yeah, it's the track just isn't there yet.
Yeah. Um, I do see some dampening on Julian's tires though. So it's not gonna be a lot of laps until we are at the crossover point.
Yeah, but it's not a lot of laps to the end of the race either.
Yeah, there's seven laps left.
Interestingly, Tipsy decided to pit for mediums, and it's not worked for him because he's now missing most of the left side of his front wing.
Mm,
And Hugo and Pope are pitching.
yeah, Speedy almost loses the car there. What they can do, they are
Hugo
Popa
takes
gamers.
mediums.
Yeah, Popa goes inters and Hugo takes mediums. So gonna see right here which of the tires is gonna be the fastest. It's gonna be the Inters.
Yeah, I
Much
just
better traction. Popo Gamer is overtaken Hugo straight away out of the pits.
yeah. Looking back, Nick has pitted for softs, so if any dry tire would work, I would think it'd be the softs. Even then, he's struggling to hold the car.
Yeah, but it's still looking. Yeah. You're coming up to the crossover point because it's looking too wet for the slicks. And also too dry for the Inters.
Yeah, but, I don't know, it just...
Julian has
They're
closed the gap
hemorrhaging
to some idiot.
time.
1.8
Yeah.
seconds.
Yeah, sets the fastest lap in the
Fastest lap
process.
even.
Yeah, 22.8.
Yeah, I would expect the lap times to go down now that the conditions are changing.
Yeah, Hugo's getting absolutely swamped now as well. And in fact, running off the circuit.
Yeah,
Yeah, it's
running
just...
P11 now.
Yeah,
Also falling
dries are
off the
not the
grid.
tire to be on.
Yeah, Nicholas losing a lot of time as well, running P13, Speedy P14. Well,
Tipsy
tires.
has retired. Yeah, Julian's absolutely flying right now. The gap is down to his second.
Yeah. So now the two championship contenders
Some idiot with a
are
big
fighting.
mistake. Does he have
Oh,
a
Julian
puncture? I
goes
think
on
he
the
has a rear
inside.
puncture. I think some idiot has a puncture.
Yeah, rear
Yeah,
right maybe.
he does, yeah.
Yeah, his rear
Yeah.
right is gone.
Just gave up on him.
Oh.
So what tire is he going to take?
Yeah, that's
the
gonna be quite the gamble. Yeah, some idiot was the only one that hasn't pitted yet. So this is gonna cost him some positions as well.
Yeah.
The question is, which tires is he gonna go to? He's going to softs.
Looks like softs, yeah.
Yep. Well, where is he gonna come out? Gonna be P5. Oh, and he
and
goes
he hits
straight
the
into the
wall.
wall. And he resets back onto track. That's not very...
Yeah, but he has wing damage now.
Yeah. Now, back is overtaking him.
Yep. All the main contenders for the win, besides Julian, have really fallen away.
Yeah. Yeah, so dry is not the tire you want to be on. It's still looking damp out there. Although the sun isn't really showing, so it's taking a long time to dry up.
Yeah, so he's about to fall out of the points. Jesse's right on his back.
Yeah, he goes very wide there. Jesse goes on the inside. Yeah, some idiot is out of the points at this point. Speedy actually overtakes Nicholas.
So at least they can have a little bit of fun, but yeah, it's just not worked out.
Yeah, Speedy had to make a choice.
So, in all of this, Icewind up to P3.
Yeah.
That's just insane. Up 14 positions. Absolutely incredible.
So, ooh, he loses the rear a little bit there. Had to correct. Right on the back of Ingenio.
Yeah, Slash having a good race today, I think it's fair to say.
Yeah, he's running P7, might have a look for P6 here. He's already closing up a lot in Geo. Geo chooses the inside line.
To make it work around the outside and
just into
there. And Danny is gonna have a look underneath Slash. quite do it.
Yeah, Slash now has to go around the outside of Ingenio. A little bit of freeway movement there. Slash now on the inside.
The inside and still not able to find a
Aye,
way
no,
past.
no, no,
Some
no.
big contact there.
Both off track.
Yeah. Slash gets a penalty for that.
Yeah.
So some idiot for now is in the points.
Yeah. Yeah, but Ingenio is right on his back again.
Yep.
Track is looking a lot drier now.
Yeah,
Yeah,
definitely
it looks
is.
like we are at the crossover points right now. Or well, not really yet because Ingenio is looking faster.
Yeah.
Some idiot just let him
Well,
pass
bear in
there.
mind that some idiot does have.
Yeah, he does have damage, but some idiot let him pass on the straight. Looks like it.
Then Ingenio makes a big mistake and some idiot has a look. And DRS is enabled, so yeah, we are at the
Yeah,
crossover.
we are at the crossover.
And yeah, some idiot has DRS then, so
Yeah.
enabled at just the right time for him. So
Yeah, but some idiot is...
might just sneak away with a couple of points.
Yeah, he's just over 6 seconds away from Jesse.
Yep. I didn't see it, but Popo got back past Icewind for the podium. And
Icewind
Icewind
goes
pits,
into the
actually.
pits. Might go for softs now.
It's late in the day, I'm not sure if that's worth it
very
or
late.
not. But,
yeah, maybe he got a puncture. Doesn't look like it.
He did.
Going into softs now.
Yeah.
Yeah, he has to serve 5 seconds time, or not. That was a weird
I'm
bug.
guessing not.
Quite interesting.
This race is just all over the place.
Yeah, I think this is just a cosplay of the real 2019 German Grand Prix.
Could be.
A little bit. Well, now the kerfuffle with the weather is not.
Yeah. And now Hugo has set the fastest lap on his medium, so that confirms we're at the crossover point.
Yeah, I think we're past the crossover point now. Some idiot is also already.
Speedy has lost it into the ball.
Oh no. Yeah, Speedy's now standing still on track.
Nick has set the fastest lap.
Yeah, Speedy not happy with that. He's standing still on track, so I think he's about to be disqualified.
Yeah, not sure what's going on with him, but yeah. Disqualified.
Disqualified.
Yeah, it's an unfortunate way for that race to end. He was really doing quite well out the front, but it's all falling apart now.
Yeah, no. Julian now on his fastest, I mean last lap of the race. Icewind still running in P5 on those softs.
Yeah, within touching distance of P4, so
yeah, I think he might get it because it looks like he has a lot better traction here.
Yeah, he's already past Triton.
Yeah,
so.
but I think he's too far away for the podium.
Yeah, I think Popo does have some time penalties though, although Icewind does himself, so kind of hard to read. So Icewind actually has a lot of penalties. He has about 15 seconds.
15 seconds?
Yeah. Popo only has one penalty.
Yeah, Julian has finished the race.
Yeah. Julian wins in pretty dominant fashion in the end. Copy P2. And Popo coming around to take the podium.
Yeah. Gonna be Popo on P3.
Yeah, well deserved. A very well driven race by Popo.
Yeah. Icewind on provisional P4. See what happens when penalties gets thrown in. Yeah. Goes back to
Triton
P5
takes it.
and P6. P7.
Yeah, so immediate somehow gets P4 on penalties, so
Oh, okay.
somehow manages to pull that back.
Yeah.
Yep.
Genio slashes are finished as well. And then Nicholas is the last to cross the finish line.
Yep.
That was quite an interesting race.
Yeah, it really turned up on its head on the last 10 or 15 laps.
Yeah, with the different tire strategies, because I think if you would run a two-stop would have been the best at the end. Like somewhere
Perhaps,
halfway
yeah.
through the race, pitting for inters, and then maybe 4 laps before the end, pitting for softs. Would have been the fastest strategy, because those inter runners were definitely losing a lot of time at the end.
Yep. The question is, who's the driver of the day?
Now that's a tough call.
Like, obviously Julian very quick. But, one candidate actually that sticks out in my mind is Danny. Started P10 at the flag P5, and also Popo had started in 7th and brought it home to the podium. So two
Yeah,
candidates there.
I think it's really tough. I don't really know who to give it to here because it is such a tumultuous race.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't really know. So, but anyway, Julian has finished P1 now. So he's made up some points back to some idiot.
Yeah. Crucially.
Yes, some idiots getting the fastest lap of the race, I believe. 18.9.
Yeah,
No one
I think
else has.
Hugo took it in the end. Did a
Mm,
17.
oh yeah, he did a 17.2. So Hugo gets the points for the fastest lap of the race. So that's going to be 25 points for Julian and 12 for some idiot. So Julian closes up the gap by 13 points again.
Yeah, she'll bring it down to 8 points, so still very close. Anyway, I think it's interview time.
Yeah.
Julian seems pretty eager, so we'll drag him in. Yoink. Hello.
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 So tell us about your race. That was pretty epic.
Interesting. Very interesting.
Very
Yeah.
epic.
Yeah.
So I guess I'll just start on the first lap. I got a really bad start. I was too low on the RPMs. I tried to be cautious on the RPMs there, but it was too low. So kind of lost a lot of time there. Two positions as well. I think, or one to copy and someone else. And then I was kind of stuck behind some people. And as soon as the pace of the people ahead of me dropped, I went for the moves and I made one on copy. At the time, I didn't know what to think about it, but it turned out to be a really good move on him. So yeah, that was good. At the time, I was questioning it from my own POV, but it turns out it was good. So no worries about that, I think. Um, and then it was just getting through the pack really, and then I was at the front and Speedy stayed out very long and had to pit for mediums. And as soon as I saw him come out on mediums when the track was still wet, I kind of knew that I was going to win because I knew that the Inters weren't going to last until the end, unlike in Silverstone where it was kind of possible. So I just drove it home from there, and yeah, it was pretty calm, I have to say.
Yeah, well, it worked out in the end. Pretty comfortable win. So well done.
Yeah. Sucks about the fastest lap, but you know, you can't get all of them.
Yeah. So what I'm curious to know is, did you know that it was going to dry up right at the end? Because it seemed like the likes of Samidiat and Speedy were stretching to that.
I actually didn't check Jeff, so I was expecting the race to stay wet the entire way. like on the tablet at the what is it called? I don't know, the race start menu or whatever. So that showed it was going to be wet all the way through. So I kind of expected that to be happening, but it didn't. But it doesn't matter because in the end my strategy still worked, so it's fine.
Yeah, still worked a treat in the end.
Yep.
So well done.
Yeah. Thanks. I gotta feel bad for some idiot though, because he could have got at least a
Yeah, that
podium
was
there.
quite unfortunate. It was good that you managed to avoid him when he got the puncture, though.
Yeah, I was already setting up the move because I wasn't sure if he got the puncture, but as soon as I saw him sliding all over the place, I knew it. So I just went to the inside safely and passed him. But you know, I kind of wanted him to have some bad luck because I've had some in this season already. So
Yeah, well, that's
at the same time, I'm happy for myself, but sad for him. It helps me in the
yeah,
championship though.
yeah. It's down to 8 points between you now, so yeah, it's
Excellent.
pretty close.
That's wide open again.
Yeah,
Finally, I closed some points in. It was really needed.
yeah. So well done. I think we'll try get you in for an interview now.
Yeah. Bye.
Wink. Hey mate.
Hello.
So really unfortunate. There are a few laps from the end, but tell us about how your race went.
I screwed up in qualifying. I invalidated my last chance to try and move up the grid. That's my fault. And the race just can't pass in the rain unless you're willing to really throw everything at it. And I was thinking, let's see how long I can stretch these tires. And I wasn't expecting it to actually dry up at the end when I was looking at the weather forecast. Just I just gambled. I just gambled. That sounded like a good thing for me to try. Just throw a gamble at it, see what happens. If it doesn't play out, it doesn't play out. I punctured at 86% on the right rear and just had to. I was like, I basically acted like it had suspension damage, and I was just turning left down straights, just trying to keep it from spinning. That was interesting. I spun it out of the pits, by the way.
Yeah, I saw.
I ran out of talent. I ran out of talent coming out of the pits. I'm shocked I didn't DNF. I hope I didn't scare anyone when I teleported back onto the racing line. I wish that didn't happen because I didn't want to put them off. Um, Really, I just got everything I could at that point, and luckily enough, I got every position that I realistically could get. So you know what? It played out somewhat. I don't mind it.
Yeah, it's quite fortunate in the end to get P4. I think that was down to
Oh
having
yeah,
no penalties. But,
exactly. I have no doubt at all. That was fortunate in that regard. But yeah, I mean that was fun. That was fun. Even if the end result didn't come out how I wanted it to, you know what? That's still fun to drive. Had a good
yeah,
car when I got into clean air, so that was fun. That was fun.
yeah. Yeah, I suppose the gamble worked last week, didn't quite work out this week, but
Well,
I
I
mean,
would
that's
say
the
I,
game.
I was never I was never expecting to go to the end. My tire wear, even when I was saving, was like, yeah, I'm gonna be like 5 laps short. Even if I like back off a ton, I'm still not gonna make it. So I just figured, you know what? If it dries up or it gets close to dry, I'll just go as long as I really realistically could. I think lap 30 I would have pit because I was at, like I said, I punctured at 86% on the. It's actually the left rear that was more worn than the right rear, but I digress. Just
Yeah,
it's worth a gamble. Like I said, worth a gamble.
yeah, it was fun. It was fun to watch. It's well done,
Thank you.
nicely driven.
Is there any other questions I can answer?
I don't think I don't have any questions myself. Maybe Hagrid has some.
No.
All right.
All
You
right.
guys. All right. You guys have a good night then.
All right.
Yeah,
Thanks,
you
man.
too.
Yep. Thank
Yeah.
you.
Take care.
Bye bye.
Alright, so do
So
we have anyone else
I
who
think
wants
we
to
should interview the real driver of the day, which is of course Milos.
I mean, we
He's
could do
gonna
that.
yoink you, man.
Alright.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
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 Driver of the day, Milos. Tell us about your race.
I'm winning. It's like a win for us, guys. A win for us. I don't even know where we finished. Oh, we didn't finish. Okay.
You left a lot of paint on the walls. Were you struggling out there today?
Engin bad. I was in the pit lane eating Dorito when Jeffrey said, "Gearbox is killed."
Oh. Oh man, the piston rings. The piston rings.
Very sad.
Mm. It do be.
Box because the engine couldn't take anymore with the
Mhm.
old parts from Terra Incognita.
Mm.
Terra just like really likes to wear his engines. I may or not be eating a fat pot noodle at this moment in time,
Oh, epic, bro. Epic.
but yeah, very honored
Yeah.
for this
So,
amazing opportunity in my career. I've had many ups and downs. This might be the biggest up of them all, honestly.
yeah.
Thank you very much.
Chad Milos versus Virgin Renault
Yes.
SMH. The
It's
gearbox couldn't take it.
The gearbox is just not good enough. I mean, we all say Renault better than Mercedes, but those Mercedes have gearbox, hmm? I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. I
Uh,
don't know.
All right.
Suppose we should end the stream here
Yeah.
before we
So-
lose any more brain cells.
Yes,
So,
I think that's
My
a good idea.
final message:
Can't lose
Change
anymore, to be honest.
change the game.
Oh, what?
My final message: come to Monday race.
Yes.
All right. See you next week.
Goodbye.